Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back. My name is Rob and I'm here from Atlanta Track Club to do some dynamic drills with you. If you're coming back from last week, great. If you're new, even better. So we're just going to go through some drills, some that we did last week, some new ones, so a little bit progression from last week. Either way, we'll get you through it and we'll get you going. So the drills are going to be great. They're going to make you more efficient. They can make you a little bit faster. But on top of that, it's just a great workout and it's something entirely different. So let us know what you're feeling and what you're thinking throughout. Make sure, tell me to slow down if I need to. But most importantly, to start off with we're gonna start warming up. So just a couple of stretches. Just a couple of active stretches to get us going. It's going to be, let me go back just one step. So ideally you want a little bit of space. I'm in my garage. If you can just get a couple meters of space, you will have more than enough room to do absolutely everything we're doing today. It's a little bit nicer than last week, so if you can go outside, 100% do that, especially as it may be the last cool day we have. So let's get back to that warm-up. So active drills, we're going to get the whole body ready to move. So grab your knee, pull it towards your chest, and then make sure this toe is pointing up towards the sky. And then step in, and then pull up your right leg. And then once you get to the end of your space, or good morning Karen, once you get to the end of your space, or you get 3 or 4 in, turn around, and we'll go back the other direction. Hopefully you can feel this in your glutes. If you got out of bed just now, you may be feeling a little bit stiff. Absolutely perfectly normal, and as we go through, you're just going to feel even better and better. Alright, so we're going to do that one once more. And then try and pull the stretch just a tiny bit more as you loosen up. And then turn around and go back the other direction. So the warm-up drill number 2 is going to be the opposite of that. Good morning, Craig and Michael. You're going to grab your ankle and then pull it back behind you. And this one you should feel in your quads a little bit. And then you'll step in and move forward again. Just keep the number even on each leg. And then once you get to the edge of your space, just turn around and go back through. And like we did in the last one, as you start to warm up a little bit more, you can start pulling that stretch just a tiny bit further. Alright, so one more time for that one. Good morning, Amari. Welcome back. Hopefully you're not too sore from all the workouts this week. I keep seeing your name pop up. Alright, you guys done with that one? Because we have one more warm-up exercise for you. So you're going to grab your ankle again, and then you're going to pull your foot in towards your hips. So let me stand head on to you, so to that position. And ideally, you want this knee to be a little bit lower and basically in a horizontal plane across your hips. If you're anything like me, it feels really, really tight in your hip flexor. But we're going to do the same thing walking. So pull it up, a little stretch, and then opposite leg. This is probably my least favorite, but the one I should do the most. So one more time, back across. You might find with that as well that one hip is slightly more flexible than the other. That's totally normal and just a good sign for something to work on. All right, so one more time for that. Get a good stretch. Open up the hips so you're ready to move. Is anyone doing this outside or is everyone inside? I would love to be outside right now. Okay. So we're going to move on to the first drill again. So we did this one last week as the ankle roll. Let me know if you can remember it. If not, we're going to start from scratch again. So the idea is that your ankle goes through the complete over range of motion as what it would when you're running. So you'll go roll up onto your toe and then back to your heel. And then it'll go up onto your toe and back to your heel. But we're going to do it moving. Everything we're doing is moving. And you can start slow just to get the motion. And then as you get into it and you feel like you have the motion, you want to speed it up. You want to move forward as slow as possible, but the motion being as fast as possible. So as many steps as possible in that small space that you're working out in right now. So this is just taking you through that foot motion and a little bit to where your foot's going to be when you toe off when you're running. So we're going to do it once more, and then nice and quick. So you're moving forward really, really slowly, but your ankle and your feet are moving as fast as you can. Let me know when you get that one done, guys. Let me know if you have any questions for that before we move on to the next one. It's a little bit of a reminder from last week, but it's also just a great initial drill to get you warmed up and ready to go this morning. You may feel a little bit of loosening up in your calf muscle. That's great. If you have really tight, locked up ankles like I do, they may crack really loud. Also great. Just means you're getting 100% ready to continue with these drills and get a little bit more dynamic and a little bit faster. So, drill number 2. Good morning, Susanna. So drill number 2, we're going to do the A march again. So that's this one. I'll demonstrate a little bit better. So you'll go up into this running position. Remember, opposite arms, opposite legs. And you just push that foot down into the ground. And remember that foot hits the ground. You push it into the ground and then back, as if you're trying to push yourself forward as far as possible. So down. And we're going to do that one more time. So you're almost stamping your foot into the ground and then pushing it back up underneath you. And if your foot lands, good morning, if your foot lands right underneath you, all of that power you're creating is going to directly push your body forward at a much faster rate than it would if it's landing in front of you. If your foot lands in front of you, you're essentially practicing to overstride, which we definitely don't want to do. Okay, has everyone done that last one? And then we're going to move on to doing the A skip. So that exact same thing, but just much faster. When that foot hits the ground, it's going to drive your other leg up from the hip. Just skipping across the ground. This is practicing a little bit of just an over-exaggerated part of the running motion. And this one specifically is that foot strike. And you want it to be as quick and as powerful as possible. And again, like with everything here, you want to get as many reps in as possible in the short space that you're in. So everything is slow in one sense, that you're not moving very far or very fast forward, but the motion of your legs is really quick. So we're going to do that one more time, guys. And it should get you a little bit out of breath. I told you at the very least this is just a workout. So, and then make sure you just get an even number of reps on each leg. So if your space is a couple of meters, just make sure you get 2 to 3 on your left leg and then 2 to 3 on your right leg. And you can just spin around and come back the way you came to the start. So, can anyone tell me what the drill we did after this last week was? Since I know we have a few people here. Does anybody remember? No? I'll give you a couple more seconds. Give you that chance to get to your phone. Alright, so now we're doing the B skip. So we'll do the B march first. So it's up and out. So this is the front motion of your running action when you're actually in full flight running. So typically when you're running, you're going to go up, and then this leg is going to stretch out as you come back underneath you and go forward. So you're just practicing that extension of your leg at the front side of your running action. So we'll do the B march. Keep practicing. So you go up. You can turn around. And remember to stamp that foot down underneath you. That way you're getting all your power. Do you feel confident enough we can do that one fast again? Because that is the next one, the B skip. So remember, you're kicking that leg out in front of you. And then we're going to do that one once more. Just once more, guys. Let me know when you get that done, and then once you get that one done, just grab a quick drink of water or something. We're going to progress these a little bit more. They're going to get a little bit tougher, a little bit faster, and they're just going to spike that heart rate just a tiny bit more. But you do need to remember those, the A skip and the B skip. The basic of pretty much every drill you can do, but especially for this session today, that's the motion we're going to focus on. Does anyone have any questions on that B skip or the A skip? Anything? Let us know in the comments and we'll see if we can get back to you either right now or afterwards. So the sixth drill today. This is a great drill to do, but it's also going to prep us for the next drill following. So we're going to do scissors. So again, not very big space. You want to get as many steps in as possible. And it's this motion. So just straight up and forward. For this foot, when it touches the ground, isn't just kind of like ending up there and not doing anything. It's going to be a real forceful step and push you forward. So you can start slow. And you'll find that as soon as you start pushing that foot into the floor more, it's going to propel you forward at a much faster rate, and you're going to instantaneously feel like you're going faster. And that's exactly what we want, but we want to control the distance you're traveling. So if you can cover your space, whatever it is, in the most steps possible, you have absolutely crushed this one. So we'll go. we'll take a walk back to the start, have a little bit of breather, and then we're going to go 2 more times with this one, just to really help practice and get it down. You don't have to start out going too quick. So you can start out a little bit slow. If you take your arms out of it, it will slow the motion down even more, just so you get the rhythm. Now I want you to use your arms, but getting the motion with your feet currently I think is going to be more important. So if need be, do that. And remember, keeping that foot, I don't think I've said it yet today, but I'll keep going on at you over the weeks. Remember to keep that foot dorsiflexed. So that's the toe pointing up in this position. So your foot is ready and your calf is loaded. Okay, so that question, if anyone didn't see it, was how often should we be doing these drills? I would say 1 to 2 times a week with a good few days in between. Today, for example, if you haven't been for your run yet and you have the time, I would go for your run immediately after doing these drills. It's a great warm-up for a workout. If you're not doing specific interval workouts, it's just a great session you can do in the week on its own. I would recommend doing it pre-run. Firstly, it'll get you warmed up for your run. You should just feel great. But secondly, these want to be explosive, fast, and well executed. So if you come in from running for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, and you might be a little bit tired, at best, you may just not do the drills as well. At worst, you may injure yourself. So I would recommend doing these beforehand, and probably 1 to 2 times a week. So we're going to do that one once more. So scissors. You want to be pretty loud with the step here, so you make sure you're getting a really forceful, intentional foot strike. Sorry if you're in an apartment building below, but it's quick, it will be over fast. But the more forceful and intentional that foot strike, the further you're going to get pushed forward. Does everyone feel pretty confident with the scissor motion there? Because we're about to combine it with scissor and an A skip. So we're going to do that A skip one more time, just as a refresher. So remember, that one's the A skip, and then we're going to combine it with the scissor drill that we just did. And just a disclaimer, I cannot dance, but I can coordinate my body to do this, so not being able to dance is not an excuse. So you want to start out with the scissor on the spot, and then we're just going to do your left leg first. Only your left leg. So that's what you want it to look like. So you're going to do a couple of scissors, and then you'll do left leg A skip. And when that foot comes back down, you'll go back into a few more scissors, and then just cover the space you are in. So you can get set. And this one will definitely get your breath out. A skip. We can do that. So the A skip, we'll do the A march to start with. So you'll drive your leg up, and then go down and up underneath your body. And then when your foot hits the ground there, your hip on your other leg is immediately driving upwards. So you go. So that's the motion, but we want to do that as the slightly faster motion. So So no break in between, just as soon as that leg hits the ground, your other leg comes up. No problem at all. And remember, you can start slow with these, get the motion, and if the scissor and the A skip is a little bit too much right now, just focus on perfecting that A skip and then the scissor motion. Remember last week we said one of the big things with drills is just improving your overall body position awareness. So just getting used to knowing what your leg and your arms are doing at the same time, just to make your motion more efficient and stronger and overall make you faster. All right, so we're going to try that one more time. So then we get scissors, and then when you feel ready, and then take a walk back to where you started. I'm going to stay here because we're going to do our right leg now. But the exact same thing. So, start with the scissor. And if you get close to the wall like I did, definitely stop. And just make sure we do even number of times on your left leg and your right leg. So we're going to go once more through, left leg, same drill, and then right leg, same drill, and then we'll move along. Take a deep breath, stand nice and tall, and then you can start that scissor motion, and then when you feel confident and ready, stop, take a deep breath. I know this is a quick turnaround, but you want to do these with some degree of stress, just so you get used to working these muscles and motions when you are tired. So start again, scissor, and then right leg, and then we're done with that. So take a little breather, grab a drink. If you feel like I do right now, your heart rate fills through the roof, but that's definitely a good thing. So we have a couple more drills left to go. This next one we did last week. So if you were with us last week, hopefully you remember, but we're going to do the ankle dribble. And this one is the one, remember, where you just step over your ankle. So not the roll, you are literally just stepping over your ankle. So imagine you're walking over a row of golf balls or something. You just want to lift your foot off the floor just a tiny bit, step over that ankle. Same with everything though, you want that foot strike to be meaningful. So this one you don't need to be really kicking yourself forward because it's going to be a little bit too much power for the motion, but just step over. And what this is doing, you can see when I step over here, very minimal here, but it's straightening out my hip, my knee, and my ankle. And that's the position you want to get to when you're in full stride. So you're just practicing this in a very condensed fashion. So keep doing it slow if you want to get the motion, but then we're going to go a little bit faster. And again, the same as before, we are 100% want to get as many steps in as possible over the space you're in. So the slower you're moving forward, the better. Is everyone doing okay with that one? Just stepping over your ankle, as simple as that. We're going to do it one more time. And if you noticed on that one, if you were watching me, hopefully not, because hopefully you were concentrating on your own, but I started off moving a little bit too fast. I got halfway across my garage door in just a couple of steps, and then really slowed it up. The more repetitions you get in here, the better, versus just traveling as far as you can. And if you practice these in the week, at another time, ideally you want around 10 meters or 30 feet of space to do it in. So that's going to feel like a really long way when you do it, and by the end of it you're going to be pretty tired and you're going to start to feel your body breaking down, but that's exactly what you want. You want just kind of like 5 or 6 meters of feeling good doing it, and then 3 or 4 meters of having to work to maintain that position. Alright, so a couple to go. We're going to do high knees. You've probably seen these a lot of the time, you've probably done them yourself. So the high knee is working on driving your thigh into the ground and producing that power for your next stride. And the same as the other drills, when this leg hits the ground, this hip is driving straight back up at the same time. So off you go. And because you're in such a small space, the more reps you get in, the more practice and the more tiredness you're going to create in such a small area. Unfortunately, I can't be stood there walking in front of you. If you have someone at home that wants to put you through your paces, just get them to walk right in front of you and you cannot pass them. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and then we're going to do that one once more. So nice and tall, high knee drive, dorsiflex foot, and then small steps. And you may find yourself getting pretty fatigued and tired midway through, just like I did. And then you find it easier to take bigger steps, and that's where you have to correct yourself in your mind and tell yourself to slow down and focus on keeping good form, but not taking big steps. All right, so we have 2 to go. I think I already said that once, but I promise you we have 2 to go on this one. And all you need is a wall to stand up against. Take a little breath. Remember, keep your shoulders nice and high, or loose I should say, straight back. So we're going to do an exchange drill. So you'll lean into the wall, like so, which is going to put you into a little bit more of a natural running position, especially when you're running fast. So obviously a little exaggerated. And then you're going to start with one leg up. And you're going to do a pause in between. So you'll drive down just like you were with the high knee. This leg will come up, back down, and then you'll pause in this position. So we'll go from one leg to the other, pause. And we're just going to do 5 on your right leg, and then switch to your left leg. So this is working on your front side mechanics. So that's the position of your body when you're running forward. And it's everything that's essentially in front of your center line and making sure it starts to work a little bit better. With the pause, it allows you to really feel the position, but it also brings in a little bit more of a challenge with controlling your body. Again, it comes back to body position awareness, that you can do a boom boom stride and then hold yourself still. So now we're going to move on to the left leg. So you'll start with that left leg in the air, and remember 5 reps. And for me, that leg feels a little bit more unnatural than the other position. Hopefully you may notice that a little bit. And again, just going to show you some little tweaks where you can practice and get a little bit better and improve and even up the strength on both sides of your body. Alright, so one more time with that one. Right leg. Take a little breather. Step back from the wall. And then we'll lean in. And then left leg. Nice, forceful, powerful steps. Alright, so we're almost done. We have one more to go. So we're going to do that exact same drill, but we're going to do it continuous. So catch your breath. We're going to do it continuous for 15 seconds. And I will try and get the count on it. So when the clock here gets to 31:50, no, we're going to start at 32 minutes. So you've got 10 seconds. So get in position on the wall. And then, sorry, I can't see. And then, and just keep going, fast as you can. Keep pushing that foot into the ground, driving that knee up high. Keep going, keep pushing, and stop. So when you feel yourself getting tired, just keep pushing that foot into the floor. And it's going to immediately launch that other leg at your hip straight up into the air. So we're going to go again in 5 seconds. I've got the clock on it this time for real. So on your ready, go. Keep driving that knee high, pushing that foot into the floor. Keep going, keep pushing now, last few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Thank you guys. That is it for today. I did promise you at the very least a workout, so hopefully you got it. I'm still trying to recover, and I didn't even do that last set. So let us know how it was. Tell your friends, and join me next Thursday for some more progressions and more practice with these drills. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Whitney. I appreciate you guys coming out. And remember, if you still haven't run, now is the absolute best time to go. You're gonna feel so fast when you get out there on the roads. So enjoy your day, guys. I look forward to seeing you all next week. And check us out at the distance. Bye.